Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just making sure we are in fact live. It's happening. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Sorry, there we go. Okay, sorry I did not come on at 8 o'clock like originally scheduled because life is happening for us as always. So let's just get started. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but I do schedule these classes at certain times of the day because I want different options for everyone, because I know life is busy for everyone like myself. So let's get right to it. Okay, before we get started though, we do have to spend 2 minutes for ourselves, because that's super important to me that we spend 2 minutes on ourselves. It's Wellness Wednesday, so let's do some wellness on ourselves. All right. So I'm going to grab my tried and true. I made this roller blend 100 years ago. It's got cobaiba and a Siberian fir, because they're both calming oils for the nervous system. So when I was working under a high pressured environment, boy, this was my oil to go to. All right, one inhale. We're going to do 2 to 3 deep inhales. Once you put it in your hand, one drop and rub your hands together and smell. I got it on my wrist because I like it on my pulse points. I can put some on my hand so I can inhale. One more time. And really, this doesn't take 2 minutes. It takes about 45 seconds, but I like you guys to think you're taking 2 minutes for yourselves. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you guys in just a second. And we're going to get started. All right. Whee. Let's go right into it. Essential oils are made easy. Yeah, so welcome everyone. This is perfect class for those that just got their oils, and for those that have had their oils for forever and a day, and you're just looking for new ideas, because there's so many different ways we can use these oils, not only for ourselves but in our households. So let's get right to it. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I'm just a mom that had a super high. I couldn't get him to go to bed one night. He was like literally jumping on the bed, getting his sister excited. And I thought, okay, what can I give this kid that's going to naturally make him fall asleep? Because I didn't want to like dirty up more dishes to make warm milk. And, I didn't know what could you give for a 6 and 7-year-old? So then I remembered my aunt gave me lavender, and she said it had calming effects. So I asked Ian, hey kid, you want some lavender? Can I put some on you? And he said, sure. So I got some, put just a little bit on his chest, and I witnessed him within a minute. He stopped jumping on the bed, got under the covers, and passed out. And thought, yes, I can spend more time with my husband. Yay, more me time. Didn't think anything of it until the next night when both kids were already in bed. I was just going in to say goodnight, and that I loved them. And Ian's little head popped up and said, Mom, can I have some lavender? And I thought, whoa, what 6-year-old is asking for essential oils before bed? So I thought there's something to this. And my cousin shared with me the same things I'm going to share with you, the 3 cool things about oils, the 3 ways to use them, and the 3 ways to get started. And I was just like, okay, man, I don't care about any of that. I wasn't even interested in the oils because I really didn't think they did anything for me. So it wasn't until she talked about Healing Hands Foundation, which is doTERRA's nonprofit organization, where they give back to not just the communities here in the US, but also the communities where they source their plants. And I thought that was huge, because they're not just going over there taking their resources and not providing any care for the farmers. And co-impact sourcing was another, like, shut up, where do I sign? I want to sign up, be a part of doTERRA's world. And what that is it started in Haiti back in 2010, I believe, where doTERRA's realized where vetiver is sourced in Haiti, and vetiver is at its optimum peak at 18 months, and the farmers were like, well, that's not sustainable for us to receive a paycheck every 18 months. I mean, can you imagine? Most of us have probably been furloughed. We know what that feels like. So doTERRA agreed and is paying their farmers fair market value to keep it in the ground, to keep the plant in the ground. I don't know any companies that do that. If you know one, please share with me. I'd love to know. I love learning about that kind of stuff. But honestly, I don't know anyone that does that. All right. So yeah, that's how it all got started. This was back in 2017, and I've been using and selling ever since. And I got into the selling because I was already making money on the side with my photography, and I thought, why not? I could use an extra couple of $100. But as I got deeper down into the business, and I saw like the potential and the residual income and what kind of life it could change into, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds good to me. I want to change my story. So yeah, been doing the business since 2018. All right, you guys, the goal of this class is to empower you. It's about you, not about me. I'm already taken care of. I already got my products and my oils, and I'm feeling great. I do have my days, but I know I've got my oils to get me through them. So today you're going to learn the 3 cool things about these oils, and we're talking about doTERRA only. If you're using any kind of oils on Amazon that isn't doTERRA, even if you are buying oils that say doTERRA from Amazon, we cannot guarantee those oils are actually from doTERRA and the farmers that they source from, because anybody could reuse the doTERRA bottle and put in those little safety caps without breaking the seal. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping on Amazon. You should shop from your friends. I'm just saying, not from someone you don't know. 3 ways to use oils. We're going to go over that. Again, doTERRA oils only. If you're using other oils, please read the instructions on the side of the bottle. And how to get started, how to get these oils into your home. There's 3 ways. We're going to talk about that as well. All right, first, the 3 cool things about essential oils. Number 1, they're safe. How do we know that? Well, doTERRA tests their oils rigorously, like a lot, 54 times. And 11 of those are done by third-party labs to make sure there's no contaminants, no pesticides, no microorganisms, that in fact it is 100% pure oil. Now, a lot of companies out there are going to say they have 100% pure oil, and they're probably okay with saying that because the FDA does regulate the marketing. And as long as they have 5% of pure essential oil in the bottle, they can put whatever they want on the bottle. The FDA doesn't care. And that's not a lot of oil. If you break down the size of the bottle, say if you've got a 15 milliliter, that's 250 drops approximately. And then 5% of that is just 12 drops of pure oil, and the rest, who knows what you're getting, is probably some kind of carrier oil or something. Basically, essential oils are plant seeds, stems, barks, just parts of the plants, leaves, petals. They're extracted 3 different ways. You could go to doterra.com and look all that up. They're super potent oils because they're 100% pure. They're really strong. So if you got a peppermint in your kit, I have like a little peppermint here, or you were given a peppermint sample and you have that nearby, go ahead and grab that. We're going to do a quick little demo with the peppermint. So go ahead, put 1 drop in your palm of your hand. If 2 fall out, that's okay. That means your body needs it. Then we're going to take our finger and we're going to roll it in like that. And then we're going to take our finger and not touch our eyes or any sensitive areas like our nose square and any holes in our face. Besides our mouth, it's okay. We don't want to stick in our ears or eyes, but if that does happen, just have some carrier oil or cooking oil will also work if you don't have fractionated coconut oil. But anyway, we're going to take our finger and just brush the roof of your mouth. Might need some water to chase that because it's super powerful and potent. Get your fresh breath going this morning. Then we're going to take the rest and rub our hands together, and we're going to do some inhales. Let's do 2. Leave in the comments what you're feeling. I'm not going to share what I'm feeling. I'll put it in the comments later. But tell me in the comments what you're feeling right now. And any extra oil that you have, you can put on the back of your neck. If you're hitting a 2 p.m., 3 p.m. wall where you just feel like completely exhausted, like, I need to take a nap, you could grab your peppermint because your day isn't over yet. That's going to be a natural energizer right there. It's going to open up those airways. Maybe you experienced that. Please share. It's going to cool the body. It's hot outside. Need a natural coolant, peppermint. Use it as a cool your body off. And it relieves head tension. Put a little bit on your side of your temple, and it'll help relieve that. Some people like to put it right across their forehead. Second cool thing about essential oils, they're effective. Okay, what does that mean they're effective? This is how they work. So our cells has an oily membrane. Pretend this is my cell, or you can look at the picture and there's a cell, it has an oily membrane. That's that like other circle you see. And oil attracts oil, but water and oil do not mix. We all kind of know that. And most medications on the market out there are water-based, and that's why they take forever. If you ever notice the directions, 7 to 10 days, and you check in with your doctor, it's because it takes forever for them to get through your system. Whereas the essential oil is attracted to the oily membrane, so it attaches it to itself, and then it penetrates that oil, and then that chemical compound that these essential oils have, which is like millions and trillions of them, gives that cell the information, the communication that it is looking for. That's what our cells do. They're just floating around in there, and our body's going, I need some communication. And these molecules that our body naturally produces are floating around in there, and they attach themselves to our cells, and then they, either boost our immune system or give us respiratory support or liver support or whatever. Some kind of bodily function is going on. And that's exactly how these essential oils work. They're just a chemical compound that's telling the cell what to do, whether it's we're trying to calm ourselves or energize ourselves or ground ourselves, whatever that is you're trying to do. That's it in a nutshell. Okay. On Guard, if you have On Guard sample or one in your kit, this helps promote a healthy immune function. Again, these chemical compounds attach themselves to the cells, and then they are like, okay, my job is to support the immune function. That's it. If you ever get a tickle in your throat, On Guard every time. Go ahead and open your bottle or open your little sample. We're just going to breathe this in. We're going to breathe in. It smells like Christmas in a bottle. You're probably getting notes of cinnamon, clove. Please put in the comments what you smell. It's also great for cleansing your household. It's a good cleanser. So what happens is the germs cannot survive or thrive when essential oil is in the presence in the air on the countertops. It doesn't kill anything. They're just like, peace out, we can't survive here. That's like being crammed in a room full of smoke. We just can't survive. That's why we crawl on the floor and get out of the house. It's the exact same thing. You can also use this as a household cleaner. Put in a spray bottle, clean off your countertops, wipe it down, faucets, handles, light switches. I mean, I clean everything. The second someone's like, I don't feel so good. And then when you get a sore throat, you can put a drop in water, and you can either shoot it like a shot or gargle it, and then spit or swallow. That's totally up to you and your comfort with these oils. Third cool thing is that they're affordable. Yeah. When we go grocery shopping, and I learned this from a Costco buyer, but I knew this before that. Before learning it from the Costco buyer, is when we go grocery shopping, we should be looking at the unit cost of the products that's on the shelves, and not the retail price that we see in big old, black letters. It's a little teeny tiny square, and what it is they take the price of the product and they divide it by how many units are in it. Like say a box of granola bars has 6 granola bars and it's $2, so you divide $2 from 6, and that's your unit cost. Same thing with essential oils. In fact, you're gonna stretch your grocery bill $1 longer. I've noticed that I don't have to buy as much on the second week when I buy things based off the unit cost. Saves me in the long run. Okay, and the same thing with essential oils. A 15 milliliter bottle has 250 drops. So lavender, for example, is probably, I think it's now like $28, $29. You divide that by 250 drops, it comes out to, just under 10 cents, maybe. I have to do the math. It's been a while, but back when I used to teach this class a lot, it used to be 9 cents a drop. So that goes a long way if you're just using 1 drop a day, right? That's 250 days. right there. It's half a year. So you're looking at replacing these bottles anywhere between 3 to 6 months, depending on how often you use them. So pennies per dose, save $100 a year on medical costs. And what that means is, running the CVS, going to see your doctor for any minor things. You can turn to your oils. And if you don't see any difference, within 3 to 5 days, then yeah, you should definitely call your doctor and probably need some proactive healthcare, reactive healthcare, not proactive healthcare. Lavender, that one you can use all 3 ways. It calms the mind. It even calms the skin. If you have any sunburn, Erica got some sun on her cheeks. We've been putting lavender there. I got some on my shoulder. I've been putting lavender there. Even burned my thumb. I put some lavender there. And when you combine peppermint, lavender, and lemon together, it's a natural antihistamine. So you don't have to buy all that Zyrtec stuff or whatever. I don't know what it's called. I hate to say names like that because I always say the wrong one. But any of those seasonal threats, pollen in the air, if you're affected by that, and dust and dander and all that pet stuff, natural antihistamine, and it's going to save you buku bucks, because you only get like, I don't know how many pills from those. It's not a lot, not 6 months, that's for damn sure. I'm sure. Okay, 3 ways to use this Doterra Essential Oil. So only talking about Doterra here. Please, if you're using another brand, read the side label, like on the side, and follow those instructions, because some are just made for aromatic and some are topical, but not all of them. And then definitely none of them are internal. I can guarantee that. Okay. At least I can't think of any that you can take internally safely that are, the kind that you could get at the grocery store is what I'm talking about in retail, not MLM stuff. Aromatic, it's the quickest, fastest way to use essential oils to change your mood, to change your, basically change your mood. It also cleanses the air. Again, it's not killing anything. It's just those airborne things cannot survive and thrive, so they go elsewhere. And also supports the respiratory system. It's the most common way people use essential oils, a water diffuser. You don't have to buy diffusers, out there. You can use a cotton ball and just leave it on your desk, or use terracotta. People like plants on their desks, and you could put, use the terracotta pots, and you drop some essential oil in there and enjoy yourself. Leather products, wood products. Aromatic. Okay, topical. There's 2 ways you can use topical. You can probably neat right on the skin, either on or around the affected area, depending on what the situation is with the skin. But what it'll do, it'll start flaking off, and you become a walking diffuser. So people are going to compliment how lovely you smell. So it's a good conversation starter. But if you want the oil not to flake off and diffuse out into the world, and you just want it all to be all for you, fractionated coconut oil or any carrier oil is going to hold the oil, and then more will absorb. Okay, always dilute with fractionated coconut oil if it's a hot oil. We'll go over those, a couple of those in a minute. And if you're skin sensitive, if you're worried about that, because a lot of people have brought that to my attention, you can always put it at the bottom of your feet, try there. And if you're still feeling like some sensation, then again, add fractionated coconut oil to get some relief. Doterra also has a skin sensitive body or skin sensitive fractionated, or not even coconut oil. It's like a combination of skin pleasing oils that are not going to irritate your skin. You can check that out at doterra.com. Internally, there's several ways we can take internally. We can use veggie caps, where we make our own, what I call my own medicine. I just put a couple of drops and I'm like, okay, I'm taking those. I look at them as chemical compounds. I'm just taking chemical compounds to help whatever ailment's going on with me. Lately, it's been hormonal balance. I'm trying to balance my hormones because I'm in perimenopause. Super fun time. And I'm doing everything I need to do to keep my hormones in check. And right now I've been taking clary sage internally with the form of veggie caps. You also put in water. You want to put 1 drop every 4-ounce fluid. I have green mandarin in my water this morning because it's super yummy and delicious. I cannot drink my water without any kind of citrus in it now. I've been spoiled. What else? Under the tongue, you can put right under the tongue. A lot of people like to do that with On Guard. If you like that spicy, just have some water nearby. Frankincense is another one, good one. Copaiba is another good one. Some people use lavender under the tongue because it's gonna, keep you calm. Frankincense keeps inflammation down and keeps you grounded throughout the day. All right, let's turn the tables to you guys. We're gonna thinking about your health, 3 things you want to feel less or more of. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to think about that. What are 3 things you want to feel more or less of? I'm going to write some down myself. Okay, so these are the 3 that I wrote down. I want to feel less anxious, better sleep, and weight management. And you're probably thinking, girl, you don't need weight management. Well, yeah, when your hormones are like out of whack, then your body like gets all confused and produces too much of cortisol, and then that stores the fat, and then that's why we're like, how did I gain 13 pounds in such a short amount of time? Yeah, it could be the hormones. So that is why I have that on there, because I got to keep that in check. Okay, now we're going to go over some oil. So keep those 3 things in mind, whatever you wrote down, and hopefully I hit on what you wrote down and show you how easy it is that you can turn to your oils first for those things, and see if you get any results or any benefits from it. Okay, so first, a lemon. It's uplifting, focus. It overcomes mental fatigue because it is a citrus. So you can combine that with peppermint and really, get that focus going. It's cleansing, purifying, and invigorating properties. It makes it like the most versatile oil. So you can clean it. You can clean your house with. I mean, think of how many household cleaners have lemon scented whatever, right? What else? Yeah, purifies the surface and the air. Very uplifting, a positive aroma. It's really good in tea, in juices and water. If you have A to Z guide like this, if someone gave this to you with your samples or with your kit, or you got one of these, you can also turn to the product, the lemon, on page 29, and it says it helps with all kinds of other issues right here, and you can just like look those up and then use your lemon. Okay, lavender, this one you can use all 3 ways: smell, taste, and touch, just like lemon. It's calming, it regenerates, and it comforts. Yeah, so skin imperfections, if you got any blemishes or like scars, bumps, bruises, I wouldn't say bruises, but like bubbles. If you burn yourself in the kitchen like I do, I have lemon touch. I have lavender touch in the kitchen in case I ever have any accidents in there. Oh yeah, and you can take internally for anxious feelings or diffuse throughout the day. That's lavender. Peppermint, again, you can use all 3 ways. That's what the AT and I stand for: aromatic, topical, and internal. I like to say smell, taste, and touch. We talked about it, gives you energy. We talked about that. Also helps alleviate upset tummy. If you feel a little nauseous, car sick, that's a good one to take with you on the road. Hot flashes, if you're dealing with that, any kind of heat. Is it hot outside? And it soothes headaches as well. Tea tree. This one you can use all 3 ways: smell, taste, and touch. It's cleansing, disinfecting, and it's very earthy aroma. It's great for cleansing the skin. I like to use it on my scalp. It has helped reduce what do you call it? The flakes, the dry scalp has helped reduce that. Again, you can use that to clean your house as well and purify the air when you have guests over or after they leave. You can diffuse or before. It's totally up to you. Yeah, so that's tea tree. Oh, my favorite way to use tea tree is to put in a bouquet of flowers, and they last days longer than they typically do. Oregano, hot oil. I feel like there should be like a warning light happening. This is a very hot oil, so if you do get on your skin, have some fractionated coconut oil on hand or any carrier oil to help dilute that. It's known for a good, known for its cooking as a cooking spice, but it also helps, is a powerful cleansing agent. I use it as a household cleaner as well. It has powerful antioxidants, so you can take that internally if you're looking to boost your antioxidant intake. I use it for, as a, like I said, as a household cleaner. I use it in my kitchen. So I do like spot cleaning on the counters when I make any spills with, you know, especially with salmonella and all that fun stuff with the chicken. It does support a healthy immune system. So if you're looking to boost your immune system, you can take it internally for that. Healthy digestion and respiratory function as well when taken internally. And when I say internally, I will use the veggie caps or the gel caps, not water, because it's gonna burn. Okay, deep blue. This one you can only use topically because of the winter green in it, and that's why it has the child-proof cap on it. So you just got to hold it down and turn. It's formulated to soothe and cool after, you know, working out, or you've been in the garden, or you took a dog on a walk, or you did something really strenuous to your body behind a computer all day long. That's gonna like affect your neck and shoulders and your back. So you can massage in those affected areas. One tip I like to share is apply deep blue on the back of the knee before your workout, or any kind of, you know, where you're going to really be, you know, using your body that you normally don't use, in a way. Kids. Yeah. So my kids, when they were younger, they definitely had their legs hurt at night, and they would ask for the blue oil, and I put that on, and they could go back to sleep and, you know, wake up happy little kiddos. Okay, breathe. This one you can only use aromatically and topically. Some respiratory blends. I use it every time I get a cough, because we leave the windows open and I wake up and it just, I have to cough all that stuff up. And breathe comes in. It just, I don't know, it just stops it. I don't know. I can't explain it. It is great to blend with lavender at night, so you can diffuse that, and everybody's going to get a restful night's sleep. So give that a shot. Digestion, you can use all three ways: smell, touch, and taste. So you're going to have it's got that licorice flavor because of the fennel, the sweet fennel. Great for digestion of food, occasional upset stomach, reduce uncomfortable gas when used internally. So you can ditch the chalky chewable stuff and switch to digestion. You can rub even on your stomach if you want to try. That's how I use it commonly for me, is I just apply, and I even have a Digest Zen Touch now in the kitchen, and I apply that to my abdomen before I go to work, and sometimes after I eat dinner, depending on like what it was. Great for road trips. We've taken this with us. This is a staple on our road trips because we get quite a few people that get car sick with the twisties and turns. When you're traveling, because you're eating foods that you probably haven't eaten in a while or never had before, and you're interested, you know, introducing something new to your tummy, digestion is going to be your best friend on that travel. Okay, On Guard. You can use this all three ways. It's going to boost your immune system, or supports a healthy immune system, respiratory function, also antioxidant. And you're feeling overwhelmed. I know a lot of people have been lately because of all the craziness that's going on in the world today. Seems like it's never ending. Yeah, just do a little sniffy sniff. Just take the bottle and breathe that in, and you're going to feel less overwhelmed. Okay, give that a shot. Who wants to feel awesome all the time? Me, 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 me. I highly recommend their Life Vitality. I don't know anyone that started it and stopped using it. Well, maybe a couple of people. And that's because they weren't consistent with it, so they didn't see any results. And if you're not consistent, you're not going to see any results. I know a lot of people are already taking supplements and they think like it's doing stuff for them, but I feel like they're not, because you guys are still like having inflammation things going on. So it really makes me question if those supplements are really working for you. Because if they were, you wouldn't be having all this inflammation diseases happening. I promise you, this is how our body naturally works. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty and feel like an asshole. It's totally not what I'm doing. I just want you to get the good stuff that actually works. That's it. That's where my gut is like, I have to vomit it out. All right. It's the number one product because it works. Because when you stop using them, if you're very consistent and you use them, you know, say after 90 days and you forget after a couple of days of taking them, your body reminds you like, hey, we weren't functioning as like we were before taking these. It'll go right back to old habits because our body has a memory and that's what they do. So let me break down what each bottle does. The Alpha CRX Plus keeps inflammation down throughout the day, which we know inflammation causes 36 diseases. So if you've got one of those 36 diseases, maybe you should try some Alpha CRX Plus. Micro VMZ, Microplex VMZ is a whole multivitamin and mineral. So it's vitamins and minerals. Vitamins do not work without minerals. So if you're taking vitamins, make sure you take the minerals that go with that so they work. XC Omega is omega 3, 6, and 9. Our body naturally makes 9, but sometimes, you know, when we've got too much going on and our body's overwhelmed, it's probably not producing enough. And this is where these supplements could come in and help us move along. Keep going and going. Omega 3 and 6, you can't have too much one or the other. It'll cancel each other out. These you do not have to put in your freezer. So if you're used to doing that, you don't have to do that. They can sit out on the counter. They're never going to get that fishy smell because omegas are not a sustainable product. So most people will put it in the freezer to sustain it. Well, doTERRA has figured out the 9 essential oils that sustain the omega, so you don't have to put them in the freezer. And if you ever get the burp, if you burp up omega and it has that fishy, rancid omega, it's not doing you any benefit whatsoever. Okay, and these all come from marine plants. That's where their omegas come from. There's about $200 to $300 worth of ingredients in these products, but I think the trio, if you have a wholesale account, it's $80. I don't know how they make any money either. Okay, so how do we get doTERRA in your home? We talked about the 3 cool things, the 3 ways to use them. Now we're going to share about 3 ways to get them into your home. First one's full retail, where you pay full price. Why would you ever want to do that? I mean, if you really like the products and you want to help me out, that's fine. But I prefer you guys to save money and get the wholesale discount, 25% all year long on all the products. So you pay a $35 membership fee. You never have to buy again. You're not obligated to sell, and there's no monthly requirement of purchase. So you don't have to purchase every month. Only purchase when you need to replace or you want to try a new product. Okay. But let me show you the smartest way to get these into your home, and that's below wholesale costs. So you're getting even deeper discounts on the products that you're going to use for a whole year, and you get a free membership from doTERRA. You don't have to pay the $35 membership fee. Here's one way to do that. The Healthy Start Kit. This is just if you want to dip your toe in, see if this is the right lifestyle for you. If you know, because you know, I think it is, because you have sales, but most people are like, oh, I don't want to do one more thing. I don't see it that way. You're just switching, you're ditching the stuff you bought at CVS and Walgreens and Rite Aid. Well, there's no more Rite Aid, but you're not buying from those guys in retail and Walmart. And you get the convenience of getting it shipped to your home. So you don't have to spend the gas to go anywhere to get the stuff. What else? Yeah, instead of reaching for, vapor rub, you're going to get the Breathe. You're going to use that instead of reaching for Tums. You're going to reach for your digestion instead of reaching that organic lemon that was $1. You're going to put lemon in your water, which is going to be healthy for your liver. Hand sanitizer, you can use On Guard instead of buying Salon Paws or Bengay. You've got Deep Blue. And then the tea tree makes your flowers last long. Okay, and you get the cute little pebble diffuser. I have mine going on right now. I've got citrus bloom and Siberian fir going on because I really wanted to smell like trees in here today. Yeah, it's really cute. Small little pebble diffuser, so you can have it by your bed or on your desk. It's really cute. Home Essentials kit. This is 3 times the oils, but not 3 times the price. See, same oils, but not a lot of price. Okay. You get the beautiful La Luz diffuser. I love this diffuser. It's so quiet. It's one of my favorite ones so far. I moved all the noisy ones out of my bedroom because I couldn't do it anymore. They kept waking me up, and they're all from Doterra. It's not like I was buying anything, but I love. It's got a glass top. It's really pretty. It's got different colors, so you can choose, your mood and color. Again, you're getting the top oils that we just talked about. These are the oils every member turns to for everyday needs. And again, you're getting 3 times the oil, but not 3 times the price. And the beautiful La Luz diffuser that runs pretty much, it feels like all day long until it runs out of water. The Natural Solutions kit is perfect for the person that wants to replace everything out of your medicine cabinet. You're like looking at all the stuff and probably half of it is expired or you haven't used it in a while or at all. It took me 4 years for me to finally clear out all the old stuff, and I've replaced it with everything you see here. If you're kind of shocked by the sticker, the price, shop like you do at the grocery store. We're going to do the unit price. There's 26 items that you're going to get in this kit. Divide that by $4.50 comes under $18 an item, and you're not going to get these vitamins for under $18 each. It's just not going to happen. So I would totally get on board with this one because you're getting a steal. I mean, it's super below wholesale. You're getting most of the top 10, but you're getting just a few of them. The lavender, lemon, peppermint, frankincense, tea tree, and oregano. Those are staples. Those are perfect for seasonal threats. And if the lavender and lemon or peppermint isn't strong enough, you can switch it to tea tree and oregano and lemon and see if that, because those are more powerful. They have higher constituent chemical compounds in them. The blends, you're going to get a 5 milliliter of adaptive, so you can like test that out. All that does is keep your mind focused without all the noise, all the chatter, so you can shut that monkey brain. Deep Blue, we talked about that. Serenity is a restful blend, perfect for bedtime. You can diffuse that with the Breathe, put it on the bottom of your feet. That's how I use it. And you're just trying that one out. It's not going to knock you out. It's just going to send cues to your body that you're going to bed. But you are going to get the 15 milliliter On Guard Digest and Breathe. And the other On Guard products you're going to get is the toothpaste. Your dentist is going to be like, wow, what kind of toothbrush are you using? On Guard Sanitizing Mist, that one you can, use on your hands instead of the jelly stuff out there that has a lot of alcohol in it, which isn't good for us because our skin is absorbing that and it's passing around in our body. So now we've got toxins in our body. On Guard soft gels, that's just for convenience if you like to take them internally. That's just going to help support your immune system. And the other products, the Life on Vitality Pact, the Deep Blue stick has copaiba. I love that stuff. I've been using it on my neck and shoulders because I do a lot of heavy lifting at work, and that has been a game changer for me. I feel less pain at the end of the week because of that one. I put it on before I go to work, and then after I get off from work. La Luz diffuser, fractionated coconut oil, the wooden box. It's so cute. You can store your oils in there to keep them organized. The Breathe Vapor Stick is it just replaces that vapor rub. You just put that on your chest, and don't forget your back because your lungs are back there too. Correct S replaces the Neosporin. Oh, and you're going to get the PB Assist Plus. That is a dual capsule probiotic. So you get the good flora in your lower gut. So that's where you want those probiotics, because a lot of probiotics just die in the tummy. They don't really reach the lower gut, most of them. But this one will actually reach. And then the Terrazyme breaks down the nutrients for a happy brain. Okay. So you're laying down gut foundation. You're replacing things in your medicine cabinet. You're just going to feel great sooner than most people. Let me just put it that way. All right. So what can you expect from us? All right. So it doesn't matter where you buy, because Target, Walmart, dollar store, gas station, Dave & Buster's, they're not going to call you and say, hey, I saw you got these essential oils. How's it going? Are you still liking? Are you still enjoying them? And they're not going to teach you how to use them. They're not going to teach classes on sleep, weight management, gut health. They're just not going to do that. But I will. So when you get your kit, we're going to have a wellness consult. We're going to go over what you got in your kit, how to use them, and set you up 30, 60, 90 days on to get you healthier quicker. Okay. You're also going to get a copy of the Advanced Oil Magic Book. It has 600 quick references, ailments and conditions, uses and oil hacks for single oils and blends, hundreds of recipes, diffuser blends, do it yourself, hundreds of ailments, lifestyle, emotional protocols, incredible emotion and energy uses. It is chock full of information. This is your LRP. You're going to find your ailment. It has the LRP, like what products you're going to need to feel healthier quicker. You just pick one, get those in your LRP cart, and you're set. Okay. Also, Oil Camp. It's a 10-day where you just go online, log into the cafe, and you watch the video or videos, leave some comments, and the more you participate, you're going to win a fantastic prize from your coach, which is me. I call myself a camp counselor, though. It's kind of cute. Yeah, it's 10 days and it takes 15, 20 minutes, depending on, if you got to stop the video or whatever. And you go in every day. And if you miss a day, that's okay. That day's going to be there the next day you go, and you can't go ahead because it's only going to give you that day. So it's at your own pace. You just log in whenever you can. There's no time that you need to be in there. It's just whenever you go in there, you'll watch the videos, you'll learn how to use these oils. And then you're like, aha, I didn't know I could do that. And then you can follow me on Simple Abundant Life with Nick on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where you're going to see all kind of awesome videos and content, tips, wellness, Wellness Wednesday, aromatherapy Thursday. You're just going to get a chock full of information on how to use these oils. So they're not going to sit there on the shelf and collect dust, not on my watch. And if that's happening, then maybe you shouldn't buy from me. Okay. All right. So next, follow-up call. If you know what you want, if any of those 3 kits spoke to you, and you're like, I really want that one, but I don't have the money right now, I can totally help you figure that out, how we can get those kits, at least get that $450 kit, the Natural Solutions kit, where you can get it for $180. I have a way to do that for you. But this is the information that you'll need: your name, phone number, email, address, date of birth, billing information, and which collection. If you're still not sure, then let's do a one-on-one. We'll just sit down and kind of talk it out and figure out and meet your needs. Okay. There's no wrong way of getting started. All right. So there's 3 types of people that become members of doTERRA and come to my class. The first one is just going to live this wellness lifestyle. They're going to get into it. They're going to love the oils. They're going to turn to them for everything that's going on with their life, whether that's physical or emotional, and they're going to feel better quicker. That's it. That's just the result. I don't know what else to tell you. The second person is probably naturally thinking, oh my God, I tried this lavender. So-and-so could use it to calm their ass down. Whether that's your mom, your sister, your brother, family members, your best friend, your coworkers. You're thinking about them as you're using these products, and you would love to get your products paid for. You might be a share. There's also a third person that wants to make an impact on their community. They see doTERRA's mission, they understand the assignment, and they can't keep these to themselves, and they want to find 3 people that are crazy enough, that want to make money too, and change their communities, and live have that time and money freedom back. Okay, if you're one of those, any the sharer or builder, please stick around for another 5 minutes, because I want to share with you the joy of sharing oils. Okay, so why doTERRA? Why now? Well, a lot of people are leaving their 8 to 5 jobs. We've seen that in the news over and over. The Great Resignation, as they call it. I was ahead of. I'm always a trend. I'm always setting up these trends, because I decided not to go back into the corporate world back in 2019, after a year being laid off and you're not getting hired. You kind of start reevaluating where you want your life to go. And even if you love your job and you're passionate about it and it gives you joy, it's okay to make a couple of extra $100 on the side. A lot of people do it. I mean, I was doing it before I even found doTERRA. doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world right now. There's about 5 of them, I think. At least in my mind, I think there's 5, and they're one of the largest. They test their oils. I said earlier, 54 times. 11 of those are done by third-party labs, and those are the reports you're going to see, not the reports from doTERRA. You're going to see the third-party lab reports. When you go to source2u.com, every bottle has a lot code and expiration date on the bottom. You type in that lot code and you're going to see the report, and you're going to look at the report and go, okay, I don't know what any of this says to me. You could watch a short little video. I think it's like 2 minutes, and it explains what the report says. These are slowly making their way into the doctors and hospitals worldwide. And in Kentucky, Elizabeth, Kentucky, the hospital there has created a whole doTERRA holistic wing. So those patients are going to enjoy both worlds of the modern approach and the holistic approach. So they're being treated as a whole. We all deserve that. And this is just, another little option for us, so we can have best of both worlds, reactive and proactive. That's what it's all about. Ethically and sustainably sourced. Yeah, they source their plants globally. They want to find where the plant originates from, because they find that the soil has been contaminated, still provides the nutrients that the plant can thrive and produce these wonderful, amazing essential oils over and over and over. They work directly with the farmers. Like, they literally boat, plane, by foot, by mule, whatever it takes. They make their way to the most remote areas in some of these countries, and they get to know the farmers, and they meet their needs too, whether that's dental care, medical care, school, education, whatever. They do that too. 100 plus markets worldwide and growing. I mean, it just gets bigger and bigger. It's not just here in the US. Compensation plan is genius and generous, I would also add, because I've done my research, and there's 3 types of compensation plans. And there's like binary, unilevel, and doTERRA is a combination of the 2. Plus, they have huge leadership bonuses as well. Retention rate is 65, which is pretty high for an MLM. Most are like in the teens or 20s, 30s. And just for, fun fact, because I worked with Costco, their retention rate for membership is in 85. So that kind of gives you an idea with the box and shipping from home. Privately owned company, incredible ownership team, and debt-free with no outside funding. So back in 2008, they decided they wanted they had a different vision for these essential oils, because they all came from Young Living, and they saw the medicinal benefits of these, and they're like, we need to run on that. So they split. 2008, formed doTERRA, which is Latin for gifts of the earth. And they actually found an investor in New York. They all flew out and met with them, shook hands. They made a deal. And after the meeting, they decided, you know what, this is probably not our best option. I say we cancel the investor, and we're just gonna, refinance our homes. That's what they did. They were all like, in the red or negative funds when they started Doterra, and now look at them now. I mean, well, talk about having faith that something great was going to come from it. And that's how I just remember that, and I'm like, that's how my business is going to grow. And I'm so glad they didn't shake hands. They didn't go through with the investor, because I worked with a company that was bought by an investor, and believe me, they just don't care how you make the money. They want you to cut corners. They take away bonuses. They take away carrots. They take away all the perks that, made it exciting to, show up for work. And when that happens, morale goes down, and then you don't perform as much, and you're just kind of stuck with these investors that are like, where's my money? Where's my, they're like the pimps of the business world. Okay. Just can't stand it. Anyway, thank you, Doterra, for not doing that. Questions you may have. How do I make money? How much time is involved? Could this work for me? What's the next steps? Let's dive into it. This is how you make money. You use the product, you become the product, you see the results, you feel the difference, and you can't keep it to yourself. And you're like, here, you got to try this stuff. Are you open to it? That's all you're asking them. Are you open to learning? Are you open to trying? If they're open to trying, then you ask them, are you open to learning? Usually they have a great experience. They're going to show up, and they're already going to want to buy. Then you get them enrolled. They become a member. Then you're going to support them afterward. You can either provide continuing education like I do, where I teach these classes, or you can send them to me and say, hey, my friend Nicole loves to teach these classes. You should go, and I'll come with you and we'll watch them together, that kind of thing. What else? Yeah, so you don't have to do all the teaching. You can totally bounce off of me. We can like tag each other, like, you go, you teach. Okay. But income, let's talk about it. Set your goals. This is how you set your goals. These are just the average monthly income on these ranks. So if you want your products paid for, then just reach for Elite and Premier. That's totally fine. If you want to supplement your income, then reach for Silver, Gold, and Platinum. And if you want to replace it and multiply your income, then Diamond, Presidential Diamond, and Blue Diamond. I skipped that one. Everybody receives fast start checks. So for every person you enroll, you're going to receive a check the following week. There's also the power of 3. So if you've got 3 business partners that have their LRP at 100 because they've enrolled people and they want to make those commissions, you're going to get your power of 3. That's a $50 bonus you will get. Then any wholesale customers you have underneath, that's your unilevel income, that's your residual income. And then as you go up the ladder, you're going to get leadership bonuses. So they're throwing money at you all over the place. Okay, so how much time is involved? If you want your oils paid for, 3 to 5 hours a week, that's 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes on a phone call, 15 minutes texting, 15 minutes reconnecting, rebuilding relationships, getting your, honing in on your network. If you want to supplement your income, just increase 5 to 15 hours. It's part-time. Do it, find, and they will help you find the time, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can't take on one more thing. That's where I come in. This is where you come to me and say, okay, I can't take on one more thing. Where can I find? I'm like, well, let's help you find the time. I can totally show you. I have a process that a way to do it, and it works for me. And you can always tweak it to work for you. I want to replace my income, bump that up to 30 hours a week, technically 40 to 50 to replace your income. That's ideally, just to keep it real. All right. Could this work for me? Are you passionate about oils? So once you get your kit and you start using them and you start getting these aha moments, you're going to be obsessed, and your brain, you think you broke your brain. Do you love people? Well, if you're here, yeah, you do. And can you follow a system and get things done? If you're capable and committed on a scale of 1 to 10, you give yourself a 10, then yes, you could totally do this. If I can do this, I know you could do this. All right. So what is the next step? Do you have a wholesale account? Well, if you do, let's upgrade you to Wellness Advocate. All you have to do is put in your social security number. That's only for tax purposes, and then set up your 100 PV LRP every month. I will help you figure that out. I don't want you to get $100 worth of oils every month. There are other products you can try or buy every month. whether that's for the bedroom, the laundry room, the kitchen, whatever, we'll figure it out. No, choose a kit and let's set up your LRP. Okay. Reach out for help. We'll plug you into all our training and resources. There's oil games. There's 14-day launch. There's all kinds of different ways to do this. And then there's a simple way. Start making your list and sample everyone. I know most people are like, oh, you don't have to start off with a list. You don't have to start off with a list. It helps to start off with a list. And every person I've like, and I just don't follow doTERRA leaders. I also look at other coaches and they all say the same thing. Start with a list when you're trying to build up your network. I mean, that's how you're going to like find your people. You can't just pick them out of the air. Now, sometimes it does happen, but it helps to have a list. So it helps you focus and get you going. Okay. Some people poo-poo the list, but I think it works. All right. So the only thing keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. Why am I doing doTERRA? Well, there's so many reasons. One, I want my community to feel better, because when I find that when you feel better, you do better. When we're in pain, that's when we become Karens. I mean, come on, let's like keep it real. That's when we start acting out like ridiculous, where you're like, why are you acting so out of control? It's because all these chemicals are being forced in through your body and you can't help yourself. These oils are going to help you like kind of keep you on the chill. What else? Yeah, residual income. So I'm trying to build this international business. I'm so close to Mexico and Japan. I could taste it. That I have a goal of making $80,000 of residual income. So my kids will inherit that when I'm off this planet, and anything extra than that will go to charity. I'm going to set it up somehow. And then, yeah, they never have to worry about time and money, because that's something I don't want them to worry about. They shouldn't have to worry about that. They should worry about just like where they, you know, what they're going to have for dinner and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like less stress for them is a better lifestyle. And that's what I want for them. So I'm trying to leave that legacy. Yeah, that's it. That's why I'm doing it. Everybody has a different story and a reason, so find yours and let's do this together. I'm ready to start running with some partners. And if you're open to learning how to make $10,000 a month with doTERRA, I'm 10, well, you can, but I'm at 2. Let's start off on the simple stuff. $2,000 a month with doTERRA. Yeah, let's get connected. Let's talk about it and see if it's a good fit for you too. All right, let me stop my share. Oh my goodness. Let's stop the share. Okay, that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, please get with the person that introduced doTERRA to you. I hope this was helpful for you. And next week, join me next week, you guys. I'm going to teach the natural solutions class. So you know how to ditch and switch. It's all about ditching and switching. Okay, I really hope you join me next week at noon for that class, because I think you're going to learn a whole lot of stuff and it's going to be helpful. Okay, love you guys. Take care. Be well. Use your oil safely. See you next